Hey guys, welcome back to the shed for yet another shoebox compressor review. As you guys probably know, I like shoebox compressors. I think they're neat.
I just think they're neat.
And I like doing reviews on them. So when VEVOR approached me and asked me if I'd like to do a review on their compressor, I said, sure, but I want to actually put some use on it because I want to bring value to the people who are watching this, who can then see what my honest thoughts were after putting some use on it. So with that said, I just returned from the Rocky Mountain Airgun Challenge, aka RMAC, where I shot in the Pro Division. I am on the FX team, so I did take this to the FX house where I was staged with some pretty notable people. I don't know if you watch maybe Up North Airgunner. Chris Turk stayed with him, and Nikolai and some other people. But brought this to the house. Everybody used it. Everybody liked it. And we thought it was a pretty decent compressor for the money. So one cool thing about this compressor is it has two fans. All my other ones only have one fan. So, you know, you've got a lot of moving hot internal parts when you're running a 4,500 PSI compressor. So having two fans, I think, is clearly a benefit over having one. So got to keep that stuff cool inside. It has a digital temperature gauge on the top. It can switch from Fahrenheit to Celsius. So whatever your preference is, you're covered there. And probably the most important thing is it does have an auto stop. So you can turn this dial to whatever pressure you want it to turn off at. And then, so if you walk away or something, you don't have to worry about blowing up your gun. It'll turn off for you at the pressure you set it at. And we found that to be very reliable. But before we get much more in depth here, let me take you to when I first got this a month or two ago, and I did an unboxing, and we'll show you what it comes with. So what's in the box? Again, you've got a pretty hardcore box there. You could probably use it as a carrying case for a while until it wears out. You've got your fill whip with integrated oil water separator. You got your power cable there. You've got some rebuild parts, filters for the oil water separator. You've got some burst discs. You've got all types of O-rings and some fuses, and enough to keep it running for a while. You've got your manual. Okay, always read the manual. If you don't, you're likely to screw up your compressor, return it, and then up the price for the manufacturer and everyone downstream. This is the compressor. Looks like pretty nice packaging. Let me see if I can yank this out. Come on, baby. So they have really packaged this well, and let's get it out and take a look at it. All right, so you get the quality control check on top here. Pretty nice. You've got the integrated 12-volt cables if you want to run it off your car battery. All right, you got your output there. You got your burst disc there, bleed valve. You've got your fan and compressor buttons there. On the back, you've got your 120 power, your 12-volt power for the car cables, and you've got a fuse, which is covered by a little cover there. And then on top, you've got a thermometer and your auto stop pressure gauge. Now that you've seen what it comes with, my buddy stopped by. We'll let you see him filling his Maverick. He has a VP, which has the aluminum 400cc tank. And we filled it from 130 bar to 250, and we'll show you how long that took and the basic operation of the compressor. Since the homie Bradley rolled up, he brought his Maverick, and it's got the 400cc aluminum tank that goes to about 230 bar. And he's down to 130-ish or so. And we're gonna go ahead and see how long it takes to fill up a tank from pretty low. And do mind, we have the additional moisture filter on there. I'll leave a link in the comments for those. You always need one of those just to keep any water out of your gun. So Bradley, this thing's pretty easy to use. Why don't you show them how to use it real quick?
Yeah, so first you got to get your fan on. Always get your fan going first.
Yep, always have the fan on when it's running.
You'll set your pressure gauge.
Yep, we've already,
where you want it to.
Yep, we set that to 230.
And then compressor on.
Yep. And now we wait. Oh, let's do a timer on that. It'll be a couple seconds late, but that's okay. All right, a couple seconds late, and we'll see how long it takes to get that thing up to 250 bar. I'll cut here and won't make you sit through this, but we'll come back when it's right about filled and see how long it takes. It's been running for about 8 minutes. We're getting pretty close. It's over 200. Also, notice that this model does have the dual fans, which a lot of other ones do not have. I think that is pretty cool. And you can definitely hear those fans working hard to keep everything cool in there. All right, there it goes, about 9 minutes and 20 seconds to fill that bottle from like 130 to a little bit over 250, but we think that gauge might be reading a little bit high. So that is a lot of filling, and it's kind of perfect because you shouldn't really use these compressors for more than like 15 minutes max. I would say stopping it at 10 is great. So now all we got to do is let the fans run. Temperature didn't get very hot, 104 degrees Fahrenheit. So now all we got to do is vent it. All right. And we'll just leave the fan running. So it's that button. We'll just leave it pressed in. And what I like to do is put the bleeder screw back tight. And let's just see how much water will come out of here. And this is normal if it has some. Yep, just a little. So you always want to do that to clear it out a little bit for the next use. You don't want that water sitting in there. And that's just natural from condensation occurring. So we'll leave those fans running for about 5 minutes, and then that compressor will be ready to turn off and we can do some shooting. So 9 minutes and 20 or so seconds to fill a 400cc tank from 130-ish to about 250-ish. Okay, so now that you've seen the basic operation and what comes in the box, I'll give you my final thoughts here. I think this is a pretty good compressor for the money. It's got a nice carrying handle. You can carry it around like that. The 12-volt cable that is there in case you need to fill it off of your car stows nicely in there. So that's kind of nice to just have that on hand in case you don't have a wall outlet and you're in the field or something. But the compressor is pretty well built and nice fit and finish on it. It's worked flawlessly for us, and we have really put a lot of use on it. Like I've probably put in the last like month, I don't know, at least 15 hours on it, and it's purring away. Now, to be completely honest with you guys, this one does seem to fill a little bit slower than some of the other ones I have, but maybe that's sort of a slow and steady wins the race sort of thing, where maybe we're not putting as much, hardship on the internal parts here. So that is one note that I will say. It is a little slower than some of the other compressors, but works great. It'll fill right up to 4,500 PSI and a little bit beyond. So make sure you set your stop to whatever you want it to fill to, because it does have the capability to, I think, go up to like 5,000 PSI, which I don't think you want to be filling anything that high. So overall, I think it's pretty good. Comes with a 1-year warranty. And I will drop links for not only the compressor, but also an additional piece here. This is an oil water separator that, even though the compressor does come with one on the fill whip, always add a second one, guys, because you don't want to be getting water into your guns. So I always do that. You should too. These are like 14 bucks. So I will drop links for the compressor, the oil water separator, and anything else I can think of that will help you. And this channel is completely unmonetized via YouTube. So I do not make you sit through commercials by having monetization. So the only way I get anything out of this channel is from my Amazon links. So I would definitely appreciate if you pick those up. I'll leave actually a VEVOR affiliate link and an Amazon link. So whatever your preference is, you're covered there. And if you have any questions, just leave them in the comments. I usually answer every single person that asks questions. So feel free to do that. And thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.